have you had concerns about other courthouse operations beyond what we discussed regarding the president, judges, and their unilateral decisions? We had Court Administrator William Sharkey, who apparently was hiring many, many family members. We had Judge Ann Lakuta, who, based on testimony at her disciplinary hearing, had run-ins with coworkers, may have abused her authority. More recently, we hear about a reputed mobster who was entering the courthouse apparently via a non-public entrance. From the outside perspective, that sounds like a dysfunctional workplace. Taking into account these are separate incidences happening at separate times, but from an outsider's perspective, I think you can understand why the public might think it's a bit of a circus.
I think specifically I recall from Judge Lakuta's proceedings, Judge O'Toole from Allegheny County described Luzerne County as the most dysfunctional court he had ever seen. It's not, I've always loved my job. I loved being DA every single day. I loved being a judge. In the past several years, it's difficult to love being a judge because of comments like that, and because of, you wake up in the newspaper, and I've had this conversation with Judge Mundy a number of times. You wake up in the morning, you read the newspaper that the president judge was having breakfast several times a month with a reputed mobster. That is disheartening right to the gut, right to the core. We read about the case where the jury, Judge Conahan had a case and the jury awarded 0, and he instituted a verdict of $1 million, I think, or more than $1 million on a procedure that you'd never hear a judge doing that. And obviously that was reversed. Each of those matters that you've discussed are an embarrassment and a disgrace. They're an embarrassment to the particular judge involved, but they're also an embarrassment and a disgrace to the court and bank and to each of its members. Judge Burke and I often say, when one judge does something good, it makes all of us look good, and when one judge does something bad, it makes all of us look bad. A few judges have caused a lot of judges to look bad, and in each of the cases that you mentioned, there were ongoing investigations into the conduct. Judge Lakuta had obviously had her investigation. The things that you mentioned about Judges Conahan and Chivarella were under investigation by the FBI and the U.S. Attorney's Office and the grand jury. Those things caused us concern, but at some point, knowing that they're under investigation, they're under investigation. The FBI, the best law enforcement agency in the world, is conducting that investigation, and you have to have faith that it's going to go the right way and be patient. I think we have to be patient to let it fulfill its course. And at the same time, conduct the business of the court, which a lot of our judges are doing under very adverse conditions. It's embarrassing. You see, that's embarrassing.